Okay, good evening, everyone, and welcome to the January 23rd, 2024 legislative session of the town of Ossining. Please join me and rise and join me for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance. Thank you.
Councilmember Angelo Manicchio.
Here.
Councilmember Gregory Mayer.
Present.
Supervisor Elizabeth Philman.
Present.
Thank you. Public hearing and public hearing Maya Rivera 2024 cabaret license. Is anyone here that would like to speak in regard of the cabaret license for Maya Rivera?
While we still have the public hearing open, there was just one item in this application that I wanted to bring to the board's attention. The code, the cabaret code generally provides that amplified music won't be played after 11 p.m. Sunday through Thursday or after midnight on the weekends. Here, the applicant is requesting the ability to play amplified music until 1 a.m. every day of the week. There is a provision of the code that allows the town board to modify those hours if you deem it appropriate. But since it's a public hearing, this may be the time if the board has any questions about that
Okay, have we granted that before? We have, no,
for other establishments, I believe so.
but not for this one. Have we had any complaints about them? I believe I saw no.
The building department and the police department both reviewed the application and recommended approval.
Is there anybody here to speak about the Maya Rivera cabaret application or have comments on their request for extended hours? Just Maya.
One second, you just need to get some. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Vera Albrecht. I live at 552 North State Road. We're right behind Terra Rustica. And we hear, I think that does go on over at Maya Rivera. Claims also.
You can hear Maya Rivera from your house?
Oh, yeah. Hear it. During the summer, there was a lot of music going on. We didn't know where it was coming from and thought there were parties and they're really loud. I mean, just really loud. And can't talk about flames yet, but that's another one. So, I have issues as it is with cars making so much noises. Now, if I have to hear music up until 1 o'clock a.m. in the morning, that's ridiculous. We got to go to work. We got to get up in the morning. That's insane. 1 o'clock, I really honestly think you guys should reconsider that. That's too late for people, especially if you got to get up early in the morning, and I don't want to be listening to music up until 1 o'clock in the morning.
Just to clarify, this is just for amplified music. For a cabaret license is for amplified music.
Yeah, but still outside?
No outside.
No outside.
They're not allowed outside.
So it's just going to be inside?
Only inside closed
Doors are
doors.
going to be closed?
Yeah, only inside closed doors.
Well, if you don't hear it, if the doors are closed, I don't know. I can't say, I honestly don't know that. But I do hear the music when it's outside. But if you don't hear it, then, but if you hear it, I still wouldn't say up until 1 o'clock. I think that's crazy. How do people eat if music is blasting? I don't know. I like to eat quietly, and be able not to scream and go, what's going on? I would definitely hope you guys would reconsider it.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Anyone here that would like to make a comment on the cabaret license?
Michael Costello at 10 Ryder Avenue, right around the corner off of North State Road. I would just like to say that I think 1 o'clock in the morning is too late. I can hear them from my house and I'm quite a ways away. I like their food and I've been inside when they had a live band, unamplified, that was so loud, we left the dining room. That if we can't get a seat outside, we're gonna leave. They were able to accommodate us outside. Of course, the weather was nice, but I just think that in less than a half a mile, we've now have Terra Rustica. We're gonna have most likely Bistro 512, Flames, Maya Riviera. When do we stop with the cabaret licenses and the music? There are towns like Croton that have put a limit on the number of liquor stores. I don't know if the town of Ossining has that or the village of Ossining, but at some
We
point,
have a liquor store.
enough is enough. Again, and I do hear them. I don't know if this is a new application or not.
No.
But it's a renewal application. But now they're going to renew to extend their time frame. Okay. I would say that 1 o'clock in the morning is too late. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else? You have to come to the microphone. This isn't a back and forth. This isn't a back and forth.
I understand.
So give your name.
My
and-
name is Rudy Albrecht. I
Go.
live on 552 North State Road. I'm here as a resident, as a neighbor of people living in this area and on North State Road. I understand people need to make a living. There needs to be a place to go to eat. By all means, I'm not here to stop anybody from making a living. The idea of being a good neighbor, which has been thrown out there in beginning from whenever anybody has come before the board. We go to be a good neighbor. It has not been shown to be that way. We asked the people who own my Riviera, Terra Rustica, certain things to give, to work towards being a good neighbor. Never happens. I mean, they have cars at night for half an hour, revving their engines, loud mufflers. It's just incessant. It never stops. It just goes to show that they will do what they want to do. I try to be a good neighbor. I don't know where I have to go, what I have to do to ask somebody, "Hey, come on, just work with us." It's never happening. We do this with Flames. We heard one day something, we thought it was a big party at Ryder Park. It was Flames Restaurant. They had an outside music. It was unbelievable. It was a wedding, sort of the sound, whatever. If people are given this much, they take this much. I have to be the bad guy to call to say, hey, stop with the music, stop with the loud cars, half an hour at night at 11 o'clock. That's consistent.
Is any of this specific to Maya Riviera?
No, that's to Terra Rustica. But I'm
Okay.
just saying, if it carries over with one restaurant, it might go to the next. I don't know. I do hear stuff, music going on at Maya Riviera. We like the people. We like the food. It's just that there's a tendency to misuse privileges that are given. We are neighbors that live there. We expect that maybe give a little bit of consideration because you're right close on the line of residential and commercial. Like I say, I don't want to stop anybody from making a living, but please take into consideration neighbors. Yeah. Thank you.
You wanna? Are they here? Or you can. You can make a comment, absolutely.
My name is Joey from Flames. The prior two gentlemen that just spoke on behalf of our businesses, on behalf of good neighbors and so-and-so. I don't think they've ever been to my place prior to whatever, going forward. I've been to Maya several times. They run a professional business, amazing food, the class of people on top of that. You know, unfortunately, we have a business to run, so we have to be open to business. You know, it's part of doing business lately. I'm not saying blast the music loud and so and so, but you have to have a little bit of music inside the business with speakers throughout the place to run the business, the music more or less. I just heard the gentleman say 1 o'clock in the morning, that music is loud. We close at 11 o'clock, 10 o'clock at night. I don't understand. I mean, I'm talking about myself, first of all.
We were
Yeah,
getting
but-
to you next.
But I'm just hearing him say, we're good neighbors, we're good neighbors, we're good neighbors. We love you as neighbors. But on the truth, they know where Flames is, but they pass by, they drive by, and they never pull into the parking lot. So a good neighbor is a good neighbor. Whoever the neighbor is, they tell me you're all good neighbors. Now, I heard the previous person, the gentleman before said, I'm half a mile away from Maya. I'm next door to Maya. I never hear the music so loud. So half a mile from where I'm 200 feet away from Maya, give or take. I never hear the music. And he's half a mile away from Maya and he hears the music. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, is anybody else that would like to speak in regard of Maya Riviera?
Perhaps I confused
Yeah,
people.
name again.
Michael Costello, 10 Ryder Avenue. Perhaps I confused the gentleman. My remark about a half a mile was that there are 4 restaurants that will likely apply for or already have cabaret licenses. I do not live a half a mile from Maya Riviera, and yes, I can hear the music from there. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. No more comments?
No,
Thank you.
is anybody online that would like to speak? Martha? Oh, please raise your virtual hand if you would like to speak. No? All right. Do I have a motion to close the public hearing in regard of Maya Riviera 2024 cover license?
So moved. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Public hearing on Flames. Yeah. Public hearing Flames Bar and Grill 2024 cover license. Is there anyone that would like to speak in regard of Flames Bar and Grill 2024 cover license?
Michael Costello, 10 Ryder Avenue. I did call the police and filed a noise complaint the night of December 14th. My understanding was that there was no cabaret license at the time. I never heard back from the police. So I don't know if there was any kind of a disposition or summons issued or whatever. But I got home at 9:45 and I heard boom, boom, boom. Windows, doors closed in the house. It was cool outside. Boom, boom. I said to my wife, what is that? She goes, I don't know, but it's been going on for several hours now. And it was constant. I called, I made a complaint. About 5 minutes to 10. The music stopped at 5 minutes to 11. But in the meantime, I drove down the street and I recorded this from across the street from Flames. Front door was open. The music was blaring. And it was pretty annoying, very loud at my house. And I'm not a half a mile away from it. But there are a couple of buildings in between me and there. So maybe non-amplified music, but I understand that their permit application is for a disc jockey, recorded music, which I assume is amplified, and for a solo singer / piano, which I also assume would be amplified. Singer, maybe, I don't know. In any event, I would say that in lieu of them operating without a permit, number one, and two, having live outdoor music, which I found out about later because I was away at the time, it just kind of rubs me the wrong way. any restaurant operator should know that they need to apply for permits and do things correctly. So I would urge this board to scale this thing back to non-amplified music. Thank you.
If it's not amplified music, then then they wouldn't be before the board for a cabaret license. That's what the function of a cabaret license is. It's for amplified music.
Okay, thank you.
Is anybody here that would like to speak in regard of Flames Bar and Grill 2024 Cabaret?
I am Vera Albrecht, 552. I'm agreeing with everything that Michael has said. Same thing. You guys have to really consider, got houses all around. And if we have to listen to music from all these restaurants, I don't think you're being fair to the residents that live in that area.
Anybody else that would like to speak? Is anybody online that would like to speak? Please raise the virtual hand.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Joey, Flames. Please forgive me, okay? Yes, we have speakers outside. We don't have no stand. We don't have no live music. We don't have nobody singing. We have nobody playing piano. We have nobody playing anything, instruments in the business at Flames. I could assure you of that. I heard the gentleman before say, you know, Terra Rustica, the guys pulling out of there, zooming and high speed and, you know, beeping the horns and driving crazy and so on and so. Yeah, it's going to happen. And unfortunately, you know, people pull out, people drive a little bit reckless and so on and so. We can't control that. Can we control what's in our business? Yes, we can. And unfortunately, again, we have speakers throughout the business, speakers in the patio, we have speakers inside. You know, we just did a private event, which is a Make-A-Wish. I don't know if anybody here knows. We probably donated about $30,000. It was a great cause. We do these events several times a year to get the people to donate money so we could donate the money back to the kids. We don't keep the money. The money doesn't come to us. Believe me, we want to be a great neighbor just like everybody else. But if, you know, you're going to stop us from playing a little bit of music here, a little bit of music inside, and so on, so on, so on, so, and, you know, then we cannot have these events and we can't raise money for the charity events. You know, I promise you one thing, if you guys come to us and you don't have to knock and call the cops or so and so, just come in, come for a drink. We'll buy you a drink. We'll buy you dinner if you need us to buy you dinner. We have no problem doing that. Now, we are great neighbors. We want to be a great neighbor. We don't want to cause a ruckus. We don't want to cause the problems. I assure you one thing, I ain't playing the music at 1 o'clock in the morning because I'm home by 1 o'clock in the morning, even before 1 o'clock in the morning. Again, we close at 10 o'clock at night, but inside the 11 o'clock at night. And I assure you, we're not playing music at 11 o'clock at night. So, you know, we have no problem working with anybody. I promise you that. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Do we have anybody online?
Just for the record, the applicant is correct. They're only requesting a cabaret license for amplified music on Tuesdays, Thursdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. So nothing on Monday and Wednesday. And on Tuesday and Thursday, it's until 10 p.m. Friday and Saturday, 11 p.m. and Sunday, 9 p.m.
Thank you.
Question, Mr. Costello. Please. Is
Michael
this,
Costello and Ryder Avenue.
thank you. This a frequent occurrence or is it, as the applicant says, just a couple of times a year that this happens?
As far as I know, a couple times a year because we didn't have cabaret license.
Okay,
Once they have the cabaret license, all bets are off. One of the problems that I have with this as a whole, and it's not with the restaurant itself, is read the chapter in the code, the town code on cabarets, and I read the chapter on enforcement. And while there's a lot of teeth in the code as it's written, the Police department's hands are pretty much tied. You're gonna have to send an officer out who has the right equipment, measure the sound levels from the appropriate location. So I assume the officer has to be trained in using that equipment, which I'm assuming the equipment is not in every patrol car and not every officer is trained to use it. I bring this up because I went through this with the garbage carting companies, picking up trash at 2 o'clock in the morning. Of course, every time I called, came back to me, well, they were gone when we got there. Now, obviously, the restaurant's not going to go anywhere, but the loud music might not be there when they get there, or they send a patrol car that doesn't have the proper equipment and training. I finally, with the garbage carting company, I went out several times and followed the truck around so I knew exactly what their route was. And when I heard them start, I'd call and I'd follow the truck and I'd tell the officers exactly where the location was. And they finally got the guy and it stopped. That was just pre-pandemic. And the reason I bring this up is because it's not our police department contract with the village. So the town board, while you have control over the contract, don't really have direct control over the way the police department operates. And the police they're busy doing more important things, in my opinion. I just don't want to get into a situation where they've got the permit for Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and we're having live music going on all the time and we're chasing our tail. That's all. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else have any more comments?
I just want to add that even though we do pass these cabaret license, if rules are not followed, they can be taken back, right? Is that true?
They can be
Throughout the year, they could be revoked at any point throughout the year.
Yeah, if the applicant is found that there's a process, because the applicant and the property owner is also entitled to due process, so they have the right to defend themselves if there are allegations that they're not complying. But yes, if there's found to be instances where the applicant is not complying with the terms of whatever cabaret license the board may be inclined to grant, they could be required to come back before the board and justify their action.
Got it. Thank you.
Flames, Tuesday and Wednesdays, we really don't even need it. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, maybe Sunday, once in a blue moon for special events. I mean, of course, that makes any sense.
Thank you. Okay.
Thank you. Do I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved. Second.
Thank you.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you.
Supervisor and town board announcements?
All right. So from the tax receiver, tax deadline for the second half of school taxes is due Wednesday, January 31st. Tax receiver's office will be open late hours until 6 p.m. on January 30th and 31st. Due to the expiration of our initial grant funding, 2024 EV charging rate for the chargers at our 3 parks, now $2.50 an hour. This will help us cover the energy costs and maintenance of these stations. If you know someone who needs food and shelter as we enter the coldest day of the season, they should meet at the open door daily at 8 p.m. and look for the white van. The open door is located at 165 Main Street, Ossining, and more information can be found by calling 914-645-1482. There is a winter coat drive going on now with collection points at the Ossining Padres Hispanos, located at 109 Croton Avenue, and the Bethany Arts Community. They are collecting coats, jackets, hoodies, hats, mittens, and gloves. Westchester County Job Fair will be held at Westchester County Center in White Plains on February 8th and April 30th. Westchester County Police are currently hiring seasonal park rangers. Go to public safety, westchester.gov.com. If you need help with your winter utility bills, please go to the New York State Department of Public Services at www.dps/ny.gov/winter. The Ossining Library has many events, book groups, films, mahjong, laser tag, and more. Please see their website at austininglibrary.org for more information. Assemblywoman Dana Levenberg will host an environmental town hall on Thursday, January 25th at 7 PM at the Austining Public Library. The Bethany Arts Community Theater O presents They Promised Her the Moon on January 25th, 26th, and 27th. The Austining Youth Bureau is beginning a program called Oh Yes, Austining Youth Engaged in Success, program that creates a safe environment, builds and strengthens skills, and enhances academic and social emotional learning. For more information, please call 914-941-3189. Do any of my colleagues have announcements? Okay,
Thank you. Liaison reports? No.
good.
Public comments on agenda items? Is anybody here that would like to address the board in any of the resolutions on the agenda? No. Board resolutions. Approval of minutes reorganizational meeting, January 9, 2024. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Austining hereby approves the January 9, 2024 minutes of the reorg meeting as presented. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Approval of voucher detail report. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Austining hereby approves the voucher detail report dated January 23, 2024 in the amount of $448,422.38. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Agreement, Planet Technologies. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Austining authorizes the supervisors to sign an agreement with Planet Technology 9801 Washington Young Boulevard, Suite 360, Gaithersburg, Maryland 208078 for a yearly subscription of Microsoft Azure and computing platform that will be used for conditional access controls. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in
Thank you.
favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Contract Hudson Engineering and Consulting PC. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Austining authorizes the supervisor to sign the proposal dated January 10, 2024 for Hudson Engineering and Consulting PC, 45 Knollwood Road, Suite 201, Elmore, New York 10523 for professional engineering service for the Angel Park Water Quality Improvement Project. Do I have a motion?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Correspondence to be received and filed. No. Monthly reports. Resolved that the Town Board of Town of Austining hereby accepts the following monthly reports for the month of December 2023 from Dell Cemetery. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Visitor recognition.
Would anybody like to speak on any subject? Anybody virtual?
No. Do we have executive session?
Okay.
Advice of counsel. And litigation. Okay. Do I have a motion to adjourn the session to executive session to advice of counsel and litigation?
So moved.
Second.
Okay,
Thank you.
all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us this evening for our town meeting. Our next week is a fifth Tuesday, so we'll not be having a meeting. And we will be having a work session on February 6th. Thank you. To be held at 16 Croton Avenue. Stay warm. Whoa, there it is. Siri would like to help you find it. Anyway, good night, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.